hey loves, hey loves. My name is Wyann Vaughn. I also go by Wy, and this is another not to be missed episode of Raise It Up Wy, the podcast. We are coming at you the last Thursday of 2021. That's not true. September 2021. That is true. In an episode we are calling Boom Boom Bow Boing. Been in it a minute. I'm noticing that I'm over here giving you a bunch of clickety clacks. Okay, don't worry about it. It's someone that I will shout out in my pay your dues. And I love this little crystals shindiggity. It's a bracelet. Everybody who is watching on everyone who is watching on YouTube, all of that meant something to you because you can see me and what I'm doing. If you are listening anywhere that podcasts can be consumed, let me first say thank you for your time, your non-refundable time that you are sharing with me, my crew, my squad, as we call ourselves, the Loves. Someone asked me about my love culture. If you, once again, are an onlooker love on YouTube, then you are seeing that I wore the bra you guys said you liked, number one. And number two, this is the Love Culture All Black Everything edition shirt that I have on. And loves are anyone that support all things Wyann, including this podcast, especially starting with this podcast. However, as the episode continues, you will see I am creating more for you to support. And about that, I am very happy. So once again, if you are a love onlooker on YouTube, hello, thank you. Also, if you happen to find me on Patreon, because I'm going to be uploading all these things to Patreon as well, thank you for tuning in there as well. More will be coming, especially because I have an album coming out tomorrow. If this is the last Thursday of September 2021, like it is, man, new beginnings starting on tomorrow, October 1st. And I'm saying that in full faith because you know we don't tape live. So this is all a part of my what I'm calling butterfly life. You will learn more about what that means when we do our Wys Words of Wisdom at the end of this and every other episode. Yeah, there's a trusting the process thing that's kind of happening here. And these are all of the things that I end up learning as I continue to grow and go where, you know, higher power, love, positivity, energy. I call it God. I was raised in the Christian world. However, I'm much more spiritual than I am religious. So I like to say anything positive, anything that is fertilizer to you, that helps you grow and take you up and higher. Those energies are the energy, the universe, as they say. That's what I like to believe in, and that's what I'm learning to trust as I'm really dipping into the creator side of myself. I am an edutainer, an educator, and an entertainer, and I'm digging into this entertainment side. Not necessarily by my choice, but you know what? Nothing happens by accident. So I'm enjoying this ride. Now, like I said, you guys will understand more about that towards the end in the Wyan's Words of Wisdom. Today we have a little bit of hi Wy. I got one of you loves that asked a question to me, and I want to answer it here today. You're going to have a Douxadiddy, which is when we play usually original music, and today is no exception. There will be original music. You will get a sneak peek of a song from my album, forthcoming album, Been in It a Minute. If you've been seeing the hashtag BIIAM, my album is not called BIIAM. That's what someone told me. They was like, oh, you would do an album called BIIAM. And no, the album is not called BIIAM. The album is called Been in It a Minute. It is a long title. If you are on YouTube, shift your eyes to this side. There is merchandise that will be coming out with this album, and you will see all of these Vaughns and Yeah, we'll talk about that more later. Don't worry about the ghetto bird above my house. You know, we live in the hood, so it's just a feature. It's just a feature. Real West Coast LA shit, you know? Just let it happen. It's all right. Don't worry about that. The sheriff's got him. The sheriff's got him. And the last thing we're going to do is a get raised with a very special person. He might or might not be in this room already. He might or might not be working that camera and that sound. So you'll see in a minute, all right? You guys will all see. But you know how we do, loves. First thing we do, we're going to ground ourselves. Grounding simply, from my trained therapist side, of course, it is the difference between whatever energy and whatever type of time you were on before you started listening to this podcast, before you turned on this YouTube, before you had the pleasure of being in a world that deals with non-corny positivity like ours, all right? We could talk about non-corny positivity a different day. Well, we kind of covered it last episode in the Wys Words of Wisdom. Don't worry about it. But the point is, when you're here, we're going to separate wherever you were before and kind of do a little self-check to make sure you're actually here. That's what grounding is. So I am a poet, if you didn't know it. And I got this little prompt for you to ground you and sit here and be here. Take a moment to be here with me. Go ahead and hear my voice. Feel your entire body out, but really go from your head down to your feet. And while you think about where you are at the bottom of your body and your feet, I want you to wiggle your toes. If you feel silly, why don't you touch your nose? And it's for no other reason than just to recognize that you are here. I want you to breathe a breath in. Blow a breath out. I want you to do that again, in through your nose and out through your mouth. And just take a moment to own this simple miracle that we call life, that you are breathing and winning just by living this life and just by spending this time with my voice. Right now, you're investing into your betterment. I want you to take a minute to sit with that and feel proud. And welcome. Let's go all the way up. Let's go all the way up. It sounds like a little, folky, talking about that grounding thing right there. However, if you did wiggle those toes, if you kind of rotate your shoulders back and just breathe in and hang out with me for a second, man, it's just a little different energy, it allows you to be human. You don't got to keep being the hard ass dude or the pretty girl that's just too cool for the room. You don't got to put on here. In the world of the loves and love culture, in the world of the raising it up, why, if you will, it's a come as you are situation. Certain places say that they're about that, and then they still expect a certain look or a certain personality or a certain set of beliefs in order for you to come and chill with them. We don't worry about where you come from or how you come. If you subscribe to dope shit, being amazing, and looking to be better than that every day, this is probably the space for you. Hey, guess what? Some of you don't even think you're amazing. You might think, I'm all right. We can start with all right. But if you're looking to go from all right to I'm kind of fly, we're raising you up too. If you're having a bad day and just looking to have relief in your day, we fuck with you too. You understand? We're just looking for the folks in this life who are recognizing where they are. That's like self-awareness, and want to go up. They want to go higher. They want to raise their vibrations and love and live in life. you're our type of people. We will call you a love. All right. So with no further ado, let's get into our Hi Wys segment. Hi Wys are where all of you, wherever you are, end up finding me in some way, shape, or form and asking some form of a question. And especially on what I call Love Tuesdays on my at Wyann, WYANNA, both N's like Nancy, WYANNA, Wyann. On that account on Instagram, I go live with all my loves and I get questions. Sometimes I get so many questions, I'm not able to answer everything in that one setting. So I like to collect, kind of harvest your questions from there, and I give it to you here so that I can make sure I'm answering the things that I'm hearing people ask me. And this comes from one of my favorite loves. I don't have favorites. I'm not supposed to have favorites. From one of my favorite loves. No, this gentleman is one of the big reasons why I started my mentoring program. His name is Aaron Cantrell. Ooh, Aaron, sorry, I don't know your Instagram handle. I would have tell. Oh, everybody loves Aaron. That's his name. Just remembered it. At Everybody Loves Aaron, all spelled correctly. If you guys want to follow this gentleman, he's a dope young man, artist, aspiring, I should say, artist and writer. But what he already does and what he went to school for, because he comes from Louisiana, not New Orleans to my knowledge, but somewhere around there. So all my Southern Creole folks or people who like Creole food say, ow, ow. So this gentleman asked me this question, and I wanted to make sure that I addressed it here at Everybody Loves Aaron. The question was, what do you do to keep the energy and focus when you have multiple goals? Cry. No, I'm messing with you. That's not the answer. I'm fucking with you. But one of the things is, first of all, slow down. You got, what is that? NDRE. Slow down, baby. Running too fast. Got your hands on the brakes and your feet on the gas. You're about to wreck your future. Running from your past. You need to slow down, baby. And something like that, whatever she does. But the thing is, it's a really cute song, and I love this song. Voyage to India, I think the song is on, in case you guys want to hear it done the right way. What I love about that song and the sentiment in it, which is what I'll give you all here, what to do to keep the energy and focus when you have multiple goals. Bro, you've got to slow it down. This life thing is fast. And I think with social media, we carry this possible stopwatch. We're clocking how fast everyone else is attaining their goals. I look at what someone else is doing who's similar to me, and then I start to attempt to make our lanes run parallel on the same freeway as if we're in the same game. In reality, ladies and gentlemen, we don't know what everybody is going through. Not to go too far into some situations that I know on my weight loss journey, let's say, not really weight loss. Starting yesterday, from when this was taped, starting yesterday, I was like, fuck losing a 1 pound, one more pound, one iota of a pound. And I'm not saying that because I don't want to be healthy. That is now my focus. My focus is remaining healthy. I'm already a healthy bitch, first off, but I want to remain healthy. If that happens to lose some weight, perfect. But I think that shit is weak. I think it's whack. For this is me. Please don't allow my revelations to pollute what anyone else or taint what anyone else has going on their weight loss, weight gain, their health journey. But me personal, I'm a real 39-year-old. Like I know that I get around my babies, my beautiful students sometimes, or my mentees or whoever, and because we the same height, the tallest 5'3" you've ever met. because we're the same height, or because, you know, I talk the same slang that they talk, we can kick it about hip hop and stuff like that. I think in general, people see me as a young girl. And let me call myself out. People, Wyann, let's own it. If we're gonna do it, let's own it. Fuck the bullshit. I see Wyann of yesteryear, and I start to compare Wyann of 2021 to Wyann of 2019. And guess what? Wyann of 2019 compared herself to Wyann of 2016. And guess what? Wyann of 2016 didn't know she was beautiful in 2014 because she was spending so much time in 2014 comparing herself to Wyann of 2011. Fuck all that shit. Fuck it. I'm over it. I'm done. I got to hang with a couple yesterday, Todd and Robin, because it sounds like Rock and Robin, and I remember saying, "Oh, Todd and Robin" in my head, and I love the fact that they were older than me, but in their 60s, like they were in their deep 60s, and they were saying, "Man, if there's anything that we've learned, it's enjoy the time." Enjoy the time. This stuff goes so fast because we still feel like, and they were like a hip couple. This has nothing to do with what Aaron asked me. I'm so sorry. I'm bird walking. I'll come right back to what you said, Aaron. But they were just enjoying being, not being rich, not being wealthy, not being in LA versus being in Oakland. They were just enjoying that they were living. Kind of what we were talking about in grounding. Let's bring it 360 back to Aaron's question. What do you do to keep the energy and the focus? Remember what all this shit is about. What do you do anything that you're doing for? What are you doing it for? Are you looking for a certain plaque? Are you looking for a certain accolade? Are you looking for the validation from a certain opinion? Coming from the West, do you need Dr. Dre to co-sign you? Do you need DJ Quick to say that you're dope? Do you need Battle Cat to tell you that your beats are funky? What are you doing it for, bro? What is your vibe? You know? I think remembering that regardless of what you do, my homegirl Journey Walker, shouts out to Journey Walker. She talks to me, and when I'm feeling more confused about life than I'm supposed to, I'll say, she told me at one point in time, and recently again, she said, "Why? I want to make sure you're not confusing your assignment with your purpose. Your assignment comes and goes. Your purpose is forever. So make sure when you're doing whatever you're doing, I'm not saying that you got to be this or that, but just make sure, I hope I'm not hearing my homegirl, confusing today with forever. All right? Your assignment is what God might have you doing today, what your life, what your creator, what your purpose, whatever that looks like today. That's just for the moment. However, what you are doing all of this for, that's your purpose. Now, if you don't know your purpose, I could see why confusing the energy and the focus of where to put yourself can get tricky. It's gotten tricky to me a lot in my life. But like I say, I'm nearly 4 decades in on this planet. All right. I'm 3 times 13. Y'all know I got a hard on for 13s. So I'm 3 times 13 out this bitch. And I'm very, very happy being who I am, living how I am, and living where I am. But like I'm telling you guys, just in that bird walk that I just had a moment ago, it took a while to get here. It takes daily write-outs in my morning journal. It takes making sure that I'm speaking to people who have fucking substance in their brain and not just air between their 2 ears. You blow on this ear and the you can feel the shit coming out the other ear. No, I don't deal with airheads. I don't deal with soulless human beings. I don't know. I think that's why I fuck with my students so tough, because they're always looking for something fly or looking for something dope, where I could be around your favorite celebrities every single day and you get in there, motherfuckers is drab, bro. There's a few that's not. You'll see them all on my Instagram. Watch. Look, now I'm telling on people. God, dog. Anyways, but the people who are fly, you'll see me in pictures with them. And the people that I don't choose to take pictures with, nah, that's just me. However, I keep my energy and my focus by remembering that this is a finite physical life on this planet right here. All right? And the big picture, what do I do it all for? To make people feel good, to bring joy, to bring enlightenment with the platform like Raise It Up Why, to raise literally your vibration. Top 4 vibrations, if I'm not mistaken, number 1 is enlightenment, number 2 is peace, number 3 is joy, number 4 is love, and number 5 is reason. So if I can take you from reason to happy and joy, you just skip 2 notches up on the emotional scale. You're vibrating higher. You're gonna see your whole life from a different viewpoint than you did before you started listening to this particular show. So the thing I do to keep my energy and my focus with all my goals is to remember what I do everything for. It's not so that I can be famous. I don't sing so motherfuckers at the end of it can be like, damn, Wyann sing better than... No, I don't sing better than hardly anybody. I know I got a baby girl sitting in this room that I think can blow the roof off this motherfucker if she wanted to. I know a lot of people that can sing very well. And I know Billy Paul. And Billy Paul didn't... He wasn't that. But that nigga did sing, hey, Mrs. Jones. And if you didn't do nothing else, number 1, you know him. He don't know you. Well, when he was here, he passed in 2016. But he is a masterful writer. He was an amazing artist. He picked awesome beats. And he did shit that was real and true to him. Even at his career's kind of... not detriment, because he had an amazing career, but where he could have gone versus what he ended up doing, he still did it his way. You know what I mean? And that type of an artist, that type of a person is somebody that I think, I mean, goodness, he had a lot of ways he could have went. I'm sure his energy could have been split between several things, and his focus could have been on various goals. He set a goal. He went after the goal. Few episodes back, I talked about you can't chase 2 dogs running. It was my little brother's episode. So this was April of last year. If you go to April 2020, I don't know what number episode that was, but it was there. The episode is called Balance and Options, named after Quick's, one of Quick's albums. DJ Quick, for people who don't know. If you don't know who DJ Quick is, I'm just going to say, shame on you. That's what I will say. Anyways, in that particular episode, the Wys Words of Wisdom was all about making sure when you goal set and prioritize that you know, regardless of how many things you want to get done in this life, you have to choose and decide of all the things that you think are important to you, which you'd like to achieve first. Because regardless of how many things you want to do, switch real quick. I used to teach math. I still teach math. And I would tell students, hey, yo, how do you eat an elephant? And I get a whole bunch of different answers. And when they all get done giving me all of their hypotheses about how one eats an elephant, my answer to them is you eat an elephant the same way you eat chicken, 1 bite at a time. Don't start to get overwhelmed because the elephant is huge and the chicken feels bite-sized in comparison. The reality is you can only in this life do one thing at one time. I know people like to say, but you can multitask and multi-hyphen and now with years of multi, what we see it actually called is distraction. And people have FOMO. And they look at what everybody is doing. And because that person is meeting my body goals, I start to do that. And then I look on my timeline and scroll up and I see this person is meeting my career goals. So then I switch and I go to that. And this person already has a degree. Fuck, we started at the same time. How did I not finish my degree? And now I switch to that. Pick one. Decide it, figure it, knock it down, get it done. Come to the next one. If you can't do the next one fully, make a plan for it. But you eat and get accomplished all of your goals. You eat your dreams up and get full and fulfilled off of all of the abundance therein. The same way you do any one thing, one bite at a time. It takes one decision at a time, and following through with that one decision at a time. And give yourself time. Go back to my Todd and Robin from yesterday. Enjoy the time. Fuck is you doing all this for if you don't enjoy it? We're still dealing with a global pandemic, bro. And at the same time, there was I read one of the saddest tweets the other day where a young woman was saying, she looked at something and they were talking about how only these many people died after having the vaccine and contracting COVID again. She said, I want you to know my dad's name. So when they report the 87 deaths of yesterday, you know one of their names. It was my dad, and I'm broken. She said, and I'm shattered. I will never forget that. I'm like, fuck, what a fucking tweet to read. And the reality is, that's how unpredictable life has become. Your 34-year-old can die as quickly as your 87-year-old now. This is not, ladies and gentlemen, if there was no other time that you decided that you would want to enjoy the time, not just do the time. You do time behind the bars. When you do time, you're in jail. That's what people who do time. If you're going to enjoy the time, start now. Because you can't start yesterday. You can't start tomorrow. There's only power in the present, and the present is right now. So yeah, what do you do to keep the energy and the focus as you have multiple goals? Keep it all in perspective to the grand scheme of life, your purpose for life, the fact that you're living and being thankful and appreciative that you have life. Take all of those things into consideration and don't kill yourself for none of your dreams or goals. It's not worth it. The second you gone, whatever you thought was so important to leave to this world, your legacy, that shit's gone too. Period. Take care of yourself. Rest. Take breaks. Smell the fucking roses. Drink more coffee. Don't drink more. If you're me, don't drink. I was trying to give myself a pass to take another sip of the coffee that I have right here at 12:38 a.m. It's not going to happen. Don't worry about it. So, moving daintily along, we have a Douxadiddy that's going to appear at the end of this episode. It is the second song on my album. The song is called Dope Game, Dope Game. So, hi, I got your floats hand, baby, let me look. Baby, let me cook up. So, I haven't written the words, I wrote the words down. I just haven't sung it in quite some time. I do know the song, but the point is, you're going to hear it at the end of this episode because our wonderful Chris Cadenhead is going to make sure that you hear it at the end of this episode. And it's a song that was written and performed by me on the beautiful music of Boomerdidit. And I think that we should have Boomerdidit on the show. How about that? Yeah. Oh, yes. As we step over Shoka to make sure that... No, stay. Damn. We're going to have our wonderful Sky make sure that we're both in frame. How we feel? We feel good?
Solid.
Yes. Now, how do I know that this is going to pick you up too if you're over here with me?
Because I'm project. Yeah.
Oh.
Microphone check up.
Oh, well. We're saying that you can hear Boomer. You can hear Boomer.
Should be able. People tell me I talk low, but you should be able to hear me. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Loud and clearly.
I love it. Okay, good. It's coming through, says Quavo. I love this. So I don't know if you guys know, but working for me for no money and working alongside me for good vibes and food are a bunch of amazing people. 2 of them are off camera. Quavo, Sky. These are my beautiful babies. And I get to have wonderful friends like my boy Boomer, who is here with us today in all his amethyst and rose quartz.
I'm glad you know what this is.
I just saw purple, so I was praying.
Dude was like, man, I like your thing. Man. I'm like, yeah.
Huh?
What is it?
He didn't know it all. No, but this is nice.
I don't expect it.
I like that. Now I feel like, why don't I have some? That's crazy. Yeah, okay, yeah, we'll deal with that later. But, Boomer.
Yes.
You did it.
So they say.
So Boomerdidit is a Compton legend. I'll go somewhere in LA and I'll have Boomer in a damn video somewhere, and your favorite blue checked person from LA will be like, oh wow, so you called Boomer? You didn't call me for that session, huh? I'm like, what are you talking? Boomer's on my team. What do you mean? And he's like, oh wow, because I'm just saying, last time I checked, he wasn't. I'm just like, wow, people know you out here.
A little bit.
You scoot around the city?
I maneuver here and there,
I love it. Well, I was talking about Dope Game. I was actually going to wait to bring you up until this part. However, because I was talking about Dope Game and you are right here, I wanted to have you in frame while I spoke about it. So let me tell y'all a little story. Top of this year. Story time. Top of this year. I went to a... Well, no, I wasn't at the same... It wasn't in Compton. I was in...
No, that's when I was in Bellflower.
Bellflower. That's not Linwood?
No, it's not.
Wait. Am I tripping? Lakewood, I'm sorry.
No, it's Bellflower.
It is Bellflower.
That's borderline, yeah.
Okay.
It's borderline Bellflower, Long Beach, Lakewood, yeah.
Okay.
Bellflower right there, though.
Okay. Everyone who is listening now knows that Boomer is from LA because he has the Horde Kelly Orr.
I am IE baby, but the Hub City raised me.
Whoop! IE baby, but the Hub City raised me, and if you ain't from Cali, that meant nothing to you. But I'm not even gonna, dissect and elaborate on what he said, because you either know or you don't know. Period. So, we went. This was literally the top of the year. I'm talking about like June. Wah. Come on now, why? January. Right. January 6th. I go in and I'm delivering merch. You supported the podcast. Hey now. He ended up getting some merch from Raise It Up Wy. And I said, let me save you on postage. You're in LA. I'm going to come drop it to you. Plus, you do music. I don't think I've sat and heard none of your beats. Like, let me just politic with you. Because we hadn't recorded. We hadn't been in the studio before that.
That was the first time.
That was the first time. So I said, do you got anything that's up my, like my alleys, my lane? And he was like, yeah, I actually got something like for you. I'm like, all right, cool. I come in. He puts it on. Immediately, I was like, fuck. Because songs for me, they start writing themselves as I hear them. I don't know if that happens with other songwriters. It starts like I'm hearing words already. So I'm like, I have to catch them, is what I mean. I have to go. So I'm like, oh no. So I took out my phone and I immediately started catching the words because I could just hear words going over it. And I was like, okay, hold up. What does that say? And on some of the parts, it's like I can't hear what I'm saying, so I'll put filler words in. This is just, now I'm telling you how I write songs, ladies and gentlemen. I put some filler words in just to hold the syllables. You know what I mean? Like if you're holding the syllables down. So just to hold the space, I start putting some words in that I knew wasn't going to stay. But I just had them, even on the edition that you have, the first edition. edition. What I'm saying, like the draft,
yeah,
like the first one that we did. I had words on there that aren't on the album, sort of a thing. But it was just it kept the beat.
Go with it though.
Exactly. So I just knew, and in that studio there were pictures of what I thought was all these OGs. I think the only non-West Coast person was Jay-Z. And I think it was the Kingdom Come All Red album. Am I wrong?
I don't even remember.
I believe it was. But it was Jay-Z, but you had every an LA area, Cali type legend. It was a lot of members of TDE that were up. It was Game. It was Snoopy, I feel like I saw. Damn, I saw all these LA people. Did I see MCA?
Yeah.
I saw MCA, I saw Quick. I saw a lot of people, is the point. So I'm in the studio, right, I had to use the restroom. I always have to use the restroom, guys. I drink way too much water to try to outshine the coffee. It doesn't work usually, but don't worry about it. But the point is, I'm always looking for a restroom whenever I get to the first place I'm going. And so leaving the studio where I'd already started writing some words and hearing and catching a vibe, as I'm walking through this whole studio, and it's just all these old. I think Sugar Free may have even been on there.
On what?
On one of the pictures where the little lounge was.
Probably so. Probably so. That's R3L studio. Yeah.
Okay, so he knows this. He knows the studio. I go use the restroom and I'm coming out and I'm just looking at all the OGs. So it just put me in the frame of mind to start giving game. So when I talk about dope game, it's a double entendre, which is I feel like music for a lot of people is their crack. You know what I mean? Like it's my crack at least. But so when I'm saying I'm a part of this dope game again, and I didn't think I would be in this game again on this dope game track. That was one of the meanings. Another meaning was I want to give you, wisdom, good wisdom, dope game, in order for you to live by, words to live by, like Wyann's Words of Wisdom on the podcast or this whole, thing. And so I go into it, they want that old thing. And when I saw the Jay-Z, they want that old thing back. She want that old thing. She want them heroin tracks. She likes me. And so it's like a Jay-Z throw, right? So they want that old thing. Never thought I'd give in to this dope game, but here I go again, and here we go again. That's like the Public Enemy throwback. So everything in the song was throwing it back to an OG or something that an OG may have put out. So when you hear this song, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of this episode, I hope you catch as many of the homages paid to a lot of the greats that came, let me tell it, in hip hop before me. And where did you find the inspiration for that beat? Or was that just something like, was it for me? Like, did you create it with me in mind?
Yeah, for sure. But then in my mind, I'm like, I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to get this to her. I'm like, shit, I'm about to do some singing. It's gonna be like when I walk out on stage or something, I can have a band playing it.
No way.
And go into my first song. And then once I played it and you heard it, and you was like, I'm like, okay, cool, it worked out.
What? I didn't know that. So you was gonna try to take my song? The fact?
Nah, that was before you even heard it though. Like I did it with you in mind, but it was like I was doubting myself. Like I ain't gonna be able to get this to her.
So what do you do when that happens for you? When you start to get in your own head, and now I'm going from the Douxadiddy.
Shut everything down.
You shut everything down? You a lie? No,
Turn
do you
all the
really?
equipment off.
You don't.
Sometimes.
That's kind of smart though.
Because I get to going, and then now my whole creativity process thrown off. But yeah, I mean for the most part I just work through it.
Does it change depending on what type of doubt is going on in you? Because I think there's a doubt like, man, will I ever be able to get this track to the artist I want? That's a certain doubt. Mm-hmm. And then a different doubt is like, bro, is this even good? Like, is this even like bomb or something like that?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think it's both of them because like my thing be like, sometimes, is this at that level? Quality was like, damn, that's where I need to be at. Just not there.
Right.
Or, you know. Most of the time, I write the stuff first, anyways. Like what you said a long time ago. I got a one up on niggas because I hear my beats first.
Nice.
But nah, it's like when I got certain stuff in mind, I try to execute it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like at a point it might be like, yeah, I don't know, but then it's like shit. But nah, nigga, you gotta try it still. It might just work out.
I'm thinking about when that gentleman, what up, Neff Beats, when that gentleman was on Love Tuesdays.
Oh yeah.
And he was talking about what was his wasn't doubt though. What was he talking about?
I think it was producer block.
When you have producer block, I asked the same question to you. When you have that block going on in the production world, what do you end up doing?
Sometimes I go back and listen to like oldies. Sometimes I change the time signature to give me a different, you know what I'm saying? Now I gotta, instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm at dun, 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 you know? Right. It provides a different feel. Yeah, for which sure. Is a different energy. Swing,
yep.
Yep. It just depends.
Nice. But I think you just end up doing something different though.
Or I shut everything down.
But why? Let me tell you. Wait. Let me tell you why I'm not mad at that answer. Because,
and I'm not lying when I say that.
I'm about to say I don't think that's I don't think that's not smart. So I said positively. I think that's smart because even in the physical, let me shut all this shit down, sort of a thing. Even if I'm about to turn it, cut it right back on, and go at it again because I'm not a quitter or anything. But in that process of, you know what, nigga, and just everything go off, it's like a stoppage. It's like okay, this is the end of this chapter. Now we're about to start the new chapter. Same story, same book, but whatever doubt I had or whatever, this ain't good or whatever, this ain't going right. Stop. Now let's try again.
Yeah, because at that point, a wise producer told me, once you get to that point, you begin reducing instead of producing.
Oh, wow.
So, like, okay. Exit.
Right.
Let me go do what I do. I'll come back to this later.
Oh, wow. I like that. You start reducing instead of producing. Well, shit. I like that. Okay, so this is a pleasure to continue having this speak with Mr. Boomerdidit, Compton's very own. I know IE. Don't get mad. Don't get mad. IE sitting there like, nigga, I went to high school with him. Like, wait, chill. Okay. However, Compton and IE's very own, The Boom Show. So, you know, we both use the same master technician. His name is Dave Ford. Shouts out to Raise It Up Wy's very own mastering engineer. Why our sound sounds so good, even when I'm the one getting the levels. Pray when I'm the one having to do the levels, because it's not my strength. So if you like the way that the last 2 episodes have sounded, okay, it's because he's been here. Boomer, for all the people who aren't seeing that I'm pointing to Boomer. Dave tells me, I'm having a talk with him as he's mastering and doing stuff for my album. He's like, yeah, you know, like, it's good because I just got done doing Boomer's album and it's coming out on the 17th. I said, wait, what? I've been in the studio with him every day for the last, no, you're fine. But I've been in the studio with him every day for the last week. He's like, he didn't tell you? I says, no, he didn't tell me anything. So I said, I got something for his ass. I knew he was going to be here today. And now we're making him talk about his music too. He has been such a help on Been In It a Minute. He has been an integral piece to the Raise It Up Wy crew. And now we're going to make sure we learn, we, like you and me, y'all, about this nigga music. So, what is your album called?
Virgo Season 3.
Oh.
It's more like an EP. It's 9 songs, but it's like 20-something minutes.
Oh, okay.
It's less than 25 minutes, but yeah, Virgo season 3.
Okay, Mr. Virgo season. What does this series represent? I know the obvious in the title, but I'm saying
Virgo season. I decided to do the Virgo seasons like a few years ago. A couple years ago, I had an idea like all the Virgo homies I know, we can get together, do a project, and then none of them niggas respond.
Ooh.
So I just
calling you out, but I'm listening.
I did the first one. It was cool. Second one, then this one, and it's like okay, this gonna be like my more melodic R&B side where I'm trying to sing and all that. Niggas know I can rap already.
Yeah.
Let me try some different stuff.
Wow.
People wouldn't expect.
Okay, so I know you said your first one, you were kind of getting your feet wet doing that and everything. You seem like you're really proud of that second one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Your face lit up when you talked. He was like, He said, second one, he went. And then he said, yeah, now I have this one coming out. Okay, second one. What was the difference within you as an artist between your first and your second project?
The first and second Virgo season or my first and second project?
The first and second Virgo season. Just this particular...
Okay. I think it was just like figuring out what I actually wanted to be. Because the first one is like... It's singing, but then I got like some rapping and it's like, you know what I'm saying, the size of a Virgo.
Got you.
The second one is more so geared like... It's like a storyline in a sense, like trying to get at it, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Song format. So if you go down, it's like from the point of, hey, how you doing? What's your name? To now we getting married and it's ghetto love, you know what I'm saying?
I love it.
And then this one is just like, okay, this how we met. We going through all our stuff, and then now I didn't mean to hurt you, you know. But where did that stem from?
Oh, the inevitable nigga hurting the woman. YouTube, my face is like the oops emoji. Type the word oops in your eye product and watch the face it make. Yeah, that's me.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I don't know.
You been hurting these females out here?
I'm not. I'll be chilling.
Shit.
I'll be chilling. I'm what? 12 years removed.
That's a song. that better be another project too.
12 years. It's about to be 12 years removed.
12 years removed.
Since I left school.
Listen.
She didn't know what to do, so I had to jump to it.
Shut the fuck up. So, I'm loving the fact that you have new music out. By the time this comes out for everybody, your music will have been out for maybe a couple weeks. Just a little under 2 weeks, I believe. So, what do you hope this project does? What was your design for it?
See, that's the tricky part, because with me, I just create for me. And then whoever relate to it, like, but I know business-wise, like, I'm learning all that too now, so it's like, because I don't have nobody be like, yeah, you should do this, that.
Right.
So I'm figuring all that out. But, it's just, with this, I just hope people hear it, listen, understand it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's the most, just understand it, because you can listen to a song, but it's like, okay, the storyline is there. You just got to be able to tap into it. And
that's within the sequencing of the album, because it goes, it's one of those you're supposed to push play on number 1 and let it go.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. If you, I mean, I try to do all of my bodies of work like that.
Yeah. I want that to be normalized again for the playlist generation of people that somebody was telling me, somebody who may or may not be in this room, somebody may or may not be in this room sitting down that way over there. Somebody gonna tell me, oh wait, what? Oh, hi Quavo. That's crazy. You still here? I thought you was... So someone gonna tell me that, yeah, you know, I really like this particular song on this particular album. I was like, oh, that's good. So we talking, and I'm talking to him like about the other songs on the album and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And he giving me the nah. And by the time we get about 3/4 of the way through what I call the conversation, I look at you get that little hollow deer in headlight. Like, I said, did you hear this other song? He was like, yeah, no, auntie, I didn't even really know. You know what I mean? Like, I saw the one with the star. I went to the album, and the album, I saw the one with the star. And, you know, I just started pressing on that. And you know, I'm like, that's not how the artist meant for you to hear it.
Yeah, see, that's like now.
That's the playlist era.
I still like be looking for credits.
But you're also true to this, not new to this. Hello? Mm-hmm. Yellow and orange. Mm-hmm. Yeah, to dig that. You know what, Crabo? I think I need you to get me my charger for this thing. It's in the room. I feel like it's already plugged in. I could be wrong. Okay. But no, that's what was tripping me out is the fact that, I mean, as an artist, when you design your album, I want you to explain to consumers from like the playlist era, from the iPod Shuffle era, which is still, I just aged myself right there. There's no iPod, by the way. There's no iPod. It's called your iPhone.
I remember them too,
bro. But that's the thing. In the playlisting era, in the what I call iPod, I loosely call the iPod Shuffle era, where basically your music, it's not necessarily certain powers that be are promoting a style of listening to music that doesn't include full bodies of work because they don't think that you, consumer, they don't think your attention span is long enough. You tried. You know what? You did try. I was just gonna tell you, it's the non-Apple product. Yeah. It's black. The charger is black. Okay. We gonna see what he come back with, because this episode gonna be real short in a second, because this thing gonna die. But I'm laughing. I also have this because that's why I put everything on Google, so all my apparatus I can get it.
Smart.
Anyways, so no, I just want you to maybe express as an artist how important it is for consumers to listen to products fully. If you think it's important, I don't know.
That's what I was processing. Because now it's different.
Do you think it's important?
For me, yeah.
But for other... I see what you're saying for other artists.
But see, I mean, as a consumer, yeah. I mean, if that's what you're into, though. Because then it's like, now I might... As a consumer, I might take a song from this project, take a song from this, take a song from this, and make my own album.
True.
Like, that's the way it is now.
I was listening... No. Go.
I also like to be able to press play.
Yeah.
And let it go, and then be like, okay, I liked how this go. I like the transition. I like, you know what I'm saying?
That's what
I like the skit that came in between and made this song go into that song. Period. Two completely different ideas, but it just tied it all in.
Yeah.
I like the interlude here, like, you know.
Yeah.
It's
What's the last album you were able to listen to? I call it top down, where I just push play I just push play on the album and let the whole thing run. When's the last album that you did that to?
Sure. I just did that to both of them. The Drake and the Kanye.
Is that how you would listen to them in the future, though?
I like to go through everything at least once.
But that's what I'm saying. And then after you've decided...
I'm like, I like this song, I don't like that. I like this one, I like this one.
I think about... don't get me wrong, every song on Good Kid, Mad City was amazing. But if you don't listen to it top down, it's a whole movie.
Exactly.
Like that's not the last one either, because I think I listened to all Kendrick's projects top down, except Damn, because I know that you can listen to it frontward or backward sort of a thing. So I kind of allow that one to take me wherever it wants to take me. But in Section 80, it can be whatever. I do like to listen to it down, but if I don't, I'm not upset. If I don't listen to Good Kid, Mad City all the way down to Pimp, all the way down, it doesn't feel like it's full. It doesn't feel like a full project to me. So I guess you have to see the artist like that.
You got it.
Do you think there's artists that make music with the intent for people to, what I call cherry pick? I don't know if that's the right term though, but like just like to kind of popcorn out.
Now, yeah. They be having a filler on there, but it's it's a different ball game.
True. It's like that. I guess what I feel like I'm saying in okay, I'm taking it to R&B, right? I know, audience, I hope if you're a creator that this is interesting to you, because now I'm like in a whole separate bag. But I'm definitely not doing this for like the loves and like the raising of your but check me out. If you love music, there was something about, this is going back even older than you, Drew Hill's first album, where they had like somebody sleeping in my bed, baby. You had that. You had 5 steps to eternity. You got all that, right? You had those big ass songs. And then you had songs like Sorry Didn't Notice You There. Then again you didn't notice me. So we'll remain passers-by. But mind you, I'm in my room. I don't know where the young guy. I'm hoping I change your mind for another. It's called April. No, walks by me every day. Her love all the same. Beauty is her name. Sorry, that wasn't even the song I was supposed to be singing. I was thinking of another song. Fuck. Anyways,
I don't know that one.
But it's an album cut.
Yeah.
That's my point. Every song didn't have to be real love. Like every song don't have to be the single. There was a beauty in what they would say even about Jay-Z when he would do those particular SOBs. He would do like those little
B-sides.
Word to you? He would 100% do all of his B-sides. That's an art too to me. And not just an album filler, because I think a B-sides and an album filler are two different things. Album filler was like, bro, we just, it was like we owed a favor to somebody to put them on the project, and then there that went or whatever, or that was one producer I've been saying I would get up with. Here, fuck it. Go ahead and take, if the record label pays for the first 10 songs, go ahead and let's throw you in at number 18. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just throw your ass on there, just to say that we did. But I don't know, that B-side thing, like being able to have the big hits, but then also good solid songs that we just know probably wouldn't work well on the radio, but they're good songs. I feel like that's not a huge thing anymore. I could be wrong. I'm open to being wrong. I'm very open to being wrong.
Shit, likewise, because I ain't the
I'm asking you particularly.
I ain't the grand analyst of.
But you're a younger artist. That's why I'm saying this. Like, does any of those types of thoughts even cross your mind while you're doing your stuff?
Like B-sides and everything.
B-sides versus an album
I don't even be thinking about that. It just be like the feeling. What feel good going to, like.
Yeah.
And then all that come later. If I even think about it.
Right.
I'll be so in the moment. And then once I get past the moment, I'll go back and listen to stuff like, damn.
Yeah.
All right, this one was cool. I could have did this, but.
Right.
I don't know. It's like I just be in the moment. So I'm not thinking about, okay, I need to do this. I need to do this. Or,
That's smart, though, to be in that moment like that. That's smarter.
Cause if I get to thinking about it, then I feel like when I'm writing, I'm gonna be fabricating, and it's gonna.
And you're not thinking like an artist at that point. You're trying to be the A&R. You're trying to sell the records. You're trying to look at marketing.
That's too much.
It's 100% too much. It's 100% too much. No, I like where you are with it. I like where you are.
Some people could do that though. With me, not so much. I mean, I'd rather not.
I think it's smart not to though. I think it's smart to do what you're doing. As an artist, I think it's smart for you to create the art. Let the art be what it is. Let the chips fall where they may. This is the hustle of an independent. This is why we're independent, right? I mean, if you wanted somebody telling you how to put your shit out, you could pursue that as well.
Definitely.
But no, this is I say we take advantage of this perk, the independent game. Independent game. So hi, I got you. No, I'm messing with you. But so dope game produced by Boomerdidit on Been In It a Minute. I want to ask, just to kind of tie in the Been In It a Minute concept for this episode into, you and what you do. How was it working on this album with me? My debut album.
Well, for one, I didn't know I'd be working on it like.
Oh yeah, because we would collapse without you right now.
If there's a will, there's a way.
No, we love that you're on that one.
I didn't know, I wasn't anticipating it at first, but then when it came, I'm like, shit, okay, cool. I mean, shit, they must be doing something right.
And just from everything that you do, because you're not just an artist, you're not just a producer, you are an engineer, you do mix, and I don't think you master. You mix though.
On the way.
On the way to master. Okay, let's go. One-stop shop. I'm just saying.
I need to. Yeah.
It's something that you're learning. What? Go back. Oh, it's like a school thing.
I did learn that, but I haven't dove deep into that to where okay, I know all the
got you
ins and outs of it,
but I bet you could
possibly
if you needed to. I bet I don't doubt you, because you just video production, this stuff. You have a clothing line, Relief Apparel, that I'm going to shout out at the end of this and everything. But because I learned in the process of working with you on just Dope Game, I learned that you are so multifaceted within music. I was like, do you mind helping me on? You was like, no, I said I would. I was like, thank you. Do you mind helping with the podcast too? I just ended up I was like, okay, so then you're now part of the family. Come on, swim in, dive in, honorary Vaughn. So I was like, yo, I wonder how that is for you. And I've never asked you that, because I figured I wanted to save it to ask it for here.
So you gonna put me on blast?
Yes, 100%.
Nah, it's beautiful shit. I mean, like I said, we already spoke about the whole get down, so
yeah,
it's that's crazy. Shit, it was destined.
I love it. And with my whole family, how was that one session that we did with everybody when we had booked the whole studio up for all those hours? And wait, this is such a family legacy affair. I booked out a whole studio for a whole day. Boomer's younger sister shouts out to Lene, but it's called
Lene Caters.
Lene Caters. Please be looking on Instagram for all of where I tag her and different stuff. But it was a family affair. Right before I was gonna have my session, I go into Boomer's dad's session. Here, let me blow up your spot. Boomer's dad is real Compton royalty from second to none. None other than K as two Ks. It's KK. This gentleman is most notable for being out with Second to None and working very closely with DJ Quick, and they would I mean, they did tours together. I met his dad on a tour with Quick in 2005 when I was 23, if you can believe that. But did all this, and I mean, had no clue that you even existed as like a person. How old were you in 2005?
Probably 14.
Yeah, so there's that. But definitely got to go to this studio, check it out. And I got to get up with his dad, KK, who I was on tour with when I was 23. We talking about all these awesome stories and everything. And then this beautiful little girl comes in, and it turns out it's KK's other child, who is Lene, or I call her Lene. It's Lene.
Yeah, Lene.
Lene, because I've been saying her name wrong all this time, and she did not correct me because she is like so sweet. But Lene comes in and brings this food, and I'm like, "What is this?" And he was like, "Man, you better come get you some of this, because you know she catered. She's what, 21, 20?
Nah, she
23.
20, damn, yeah, 23.
20. She's 23 now. Funny, I was on tour with his dad at 23, and now this baby is 23. This little girl in there. I mean, let me tell you something. Her food is amazing. I'm not going to go into all these flavors. What was the one that was the smacking the hardest?
It was some garlic parmesan.
Garlic Oh my God, my mouth water. Okay, but listen, she makes amazing food. I taste her food that day, and I says, "Hey, what are you doing on this other day that I ended up booking the studio?" She comes. I get to hire within the family, support the legacy, as he's supporting my family's legacy. It was just real, I don't know. This whole process has felt surreal. I think the right people at the right times. Man, it was meant. Right people at the right times in all of these situations. Plus, I'm in North Carolina at Ninth Wonders, Bright Lady Studios, Jamlaw Records. Shouts out to the whole squad, Cash and everybody over there. And I'm recording my music, or getting ready to record a song, and I think I didn't DM. I voice noted Dre something I was working on that I thought was cool, and it's the I Know, and I was singing to it. He was like, "Oh yeah, why that's gonna go? You know, you got it's the Janet Jackson thing. You know, you doing your little Janet Jackson thing, trying to be all sexy." I was like, "Yeah, Dre, I'm doing that." So then I send that to Quick, and I'm like, yes, no. That's a lie. That's a fucking lie. I sent nothing to DJ Quick. I tell Quick, yeah, I'm over here in North Carolina with Ninth and all his friends and his crew, and I'm working on my album. He was like, Ninth Wonder's dope as fuck. I was like, exactly. Of course, big time. And Ninth and Terrace already have, music on the album and stuff like that. So I'm in there with him, and we're talking. And I said, yeah, and ... if you have anything you want to send, and I put the little two eyes, the little what's up type of eyes. He said, Wyann, I'm over here in Compton having a good time, feeling good, blah, 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 blah. I was like, oh, okay, never mind, don't worry about it. So then random, he just sends me something and says, this is a jam I was doing the other day. He sends me a 15-minute jam of him and his good friend Dave Foreman, not to be confused with Dave Four, who does our mastering, Dave Foreman. And they're like playing around with sounds. And have I ever let you hear the whole thing?
Nah.
We literally,
I can already imagine.
Bro, I could have made 4 songs. I promise you, but I was trying to focus. Once again, that whole, what Aaron Control talked about, how do I keep the energy and how I keep the focus? Man, I'm there for a purpose. Let's make results. Render results. You can get lost in the sauce when it comes to the creativity because it's so fun. But I hear something, and with all them, the Soul Council niggas, they'll chop in samples. I'm talking to Christ. I said, Cry, that part right there. He was like, psh. They start just doing shit. You understand? And next thing I know, we have a banger from DJ Quick, and it was awesome. I'll talk about those things later and more about it, but I just wanted to put it out there that there is multi-layered legacy to my debut album. It was not supposed to be my debut album. It was supposed to be a second EP, and once I saw where things were going, I'm like, if I step out,
it's supposed to be what it is.
It's supposed to be what it is. Boomer tells me.
You didn't anticipate it to be, but
yeah,
it was other plans in play.
Yes. Yes, and I think
came together just how it did.
No, you're right. You want to know something? I think if I would have thought this was my debut album, I would have put different pressure in my head, and I don't know that things would have come out how they did. I'll be honest with you about it.
Yeah.
I think I would have overthought more than allowed, like you just said.
Yeah, this is my first album. Now I gotta make sure this.
Exactly.
As opposed to just do this. It still was a little bit, but not as much as it would have been.
Yeah, and I felt that. I felt that as it kind of osmosisly turned into it. I was like,
just let it flow. Go with the flow.
Yes.
Go with the current.
Yes, go with the current. Go with the flow. My biggest thing is for this album, before we get into these Wyann's Words of Wisdom, and say thank you so much to KK's son, aka Boomerdidit. I love it. I love bothering him, but I wanted to say, just on my own behalf and right here in front of all the loves and anyone else who could view this in the future, thank you. Thank you for everything that you've done, for the project, for my family, and because you know what this sounds like already. So you know how much multi-layered what this album means on a different, some different shit, So this is... I'll talk about that more when more people have heard it. I'll have to talk about the meaning of why it turned from an EP into an album later. I'll tell them later and stuff. But thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Muchas gracias.
Virgo season 3. Make sure you all go out, cop it, stream it, watch it if he puts out visuals, because I think you are. Mm-hmm. You already put it out, no?
Nah.
No. That's the other one.
That's from 2. Yeah.
That's from 2. Okay.
But yeah, visuals, all that on way.
Yes. Watch the stuff from 2. Fuck it. Like, watch everything that he has. So I say thank you. And I'm going to get us out of here. Do these Wyann's Words of Wisdom. And the pay your dues. And that's it. And we almost out this bitch. So, yes. Moving right along. I mean, I don't know if you want to stay here. You want to stay?
I mean, shit, I can stay.
Okay. I'm not kicking you off the set.
Okay, I was here then.
Oh, hey. So, Wyann's Words of Wisdom with Boom. The thing is, I have a saying called, I'm living a butterfly life. This is a saying that came about after I graduated with my master's degree back in 2012. So next year? That'll be 10 years ago. Outstanding. Time flies. Enjoy the time. That's all I'm going to say. But I left out of my master's program. And I recall going from being the busiest I had ever been in my, at the time, 30 years on this planet. And within weeks, I not only graduated from my master's program, Los Angeles Unified School District, where I was working, laid off 250,000 employees. I was one of them. My sister and I both, but I was one of them. And everything along with all of what we were doing just kind of went from $1 billion to damn near a slow crawl. When I was in my master's program in my final year, I would sleep 6 hours on Sunday. Every other day, because I went to my master's program Monday nights, Wednesday nights, Saturdays. I went to my internships Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and I worked my actual job Tuesdays and Thursdays from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. I slept, when I tell you I slept 6 hours on Sundays, everything else was a 3.5 hour nap. Every other day. And I was jogging 2 miles every other day. My shortest 2-mile stint was in 16 minutes and something like that or whatever. So like 8-minute miles. Not saying that to gloat or to brag. I'm saying I was running myself into the ground almost literally, right? However, with all the busyness, aka business, that I was handling, there was a certain concreteness to it. And I started having a relationship with God. Again, I call my higher power God, raised the way I am. Please allow this. Don't let the semantics of what you call what you believe in or who you believe in. Don't allow you to tune out of this message, please, because I think that anyone from any faith background, even an atheist individual, could probably find a gem in here. So don't get too caught up on how I look in my spirituality. Let this message permeate and get to you, all right? However, I was having what I call God talks. And I kept getting these messages from God that said, as the inevitability of my job ending and graduation was coming up and all was imminent, I kept hearing almost like a poem. If I beckon you out onto the sea, would you look at the waves or focus on me? And I'm like, well, clearly I'd focus on you, like piece of cake. Okay, so if I beckon you out onto this sea, would you look at the waves or would you focus on me? Bro, I already told you what I do. It was the third time in like the month of May 2012 that this kind of happened in my spirit. And I was like, look, homie, I'm looking at you. I'm focusing on you. It's all me and you, bro. It's me and you now. I've been waiting. Like, what you need me to say? And it was like, look, I love our relationship, me and God, right? I'm talking to God like this. I love our relationship, but I'm telling you, if I'm going to follow you with accuracy, I need you to speak to me in a way I can hear. Is that okay? In my spirit, God's response was, aight. AIGHT. This is literally, I'm being transparent, so I hope this isn't offending anyone or taking you guys off. However, throughout that summer, certain things were happening that could have been seen as waves, right? I was even going through my own feelings of not having a sense of stability and security. Really, because I was unemployed after I had just gotten this master's degree. And it was like, I know a lot of graduates that have reported feelings like this. And it's like, bro, what did I just go to all this school for? And now I can't find a job that pairs my level of education. What do I do? So after a while, I started realizing that I enjoyed what felt like concrete beneath my feet. I love teaching math because it's always going to be 2 + 2. I don't care who teaches me. You know, a transient individual or a Harvard professor. 2 + 2 is 4 is always going to be. I love things that are consistent. I love steady like a rock. I love things I can feel my feet on the ground. That's what I call caterpillar life. And God kept attempting to tell me that where he was taking me, it required more trust in what couldn't be seen. And more faith. And that's what I ended up calling my sense of creativity in my creative life. And so when I find myself looking at money like it's security, knowing that during God talks, my God has told me, hey, why? Money is money. I'm security. Make sure you treat us like such. That was summer 2012. Yet again, I'm giving you everything that he gave me, y'all. I'm just, in case any of this helps any of you, I'm giving you all what he gave me in case it helps you. Money is money. I'm security. Treat us as such. That was one of the leaning me and gleaning me out of my caterpillar life into my butterfly life. By December 13th, 2012, I had started really allowing myself to flutter, float, and fly. August of 2012, after a few misfortunes in, my personal life, I get called in to work on Good Kid, Mad City. My parts didn't come out. That's a really good story, actually. And I hope somebody can learn from my sense of fear that I encompassed in that story. So I'll tell that in another episode. But my parts on Good Kid didn't come out. And I felt a little discouraged and disappointed in myself in that process. Again, different story for a different day. I'm working with Terrace Martin on a whole bunch of his endeavors, including the beginning of what would, in less than a year, become Three Chord Fold, one of Terrace's first albums. And we're working on stuff. Ooh, I gotta let you hear one of the songs that Kendrick didn't take with me on the hook. I want that shit for me, by the way. But so sorry, Ken. I hope you enjoy whatever. But by December of that year, I'm just giving you kind of a timeline so that you can see once I started letting go of what I thought was security, like a 9-to-5 job, or the ability to count on things like 1, 2, 3, like what math felt like to me, like that security, that stability. When I started separating myself from my ego and really enveloping myself in my relationship with God. Mind you, for the Christians here, I love you guys too. Not the word of God through a book. I'm talking about a real living relationship with who I call God, and someone else might call the universe. Native Americans might call the Great Spirit. Someone from Far East might call Buddha or Karma, or I have no problems with however the all-knowing, all-powerful, omniscient, omnipotent being reveals himself to any human. I don't care how they do it, because God is going to be God, regardless of how we try to make him in our image and likeness. That's the funny part. Anyways, by time December comes along, I'm living this detached from ego, enveloping myself into trusting the process, faith and hope, and being a part of this bigger plan that includes creativity. I go out on my balcony in our house in Glendale, our family's house in Glendale, and God has me to look up. And I look up at the sky. And when I look up there, I see this beautiful blue ceiling to earth. And God said, look at that sky, Why? And I did. And he said, even the sky is only the world's limits. Nothing has to be yours, is what he told me. Again, I hope any of this that I'm giving you about how I relate to who I call God can influence you to have more trust in whatever your process and wherever your higher being of spirituality is calling towards you, right inside of you, by the way. I love when people say God and they look up here and you don't look in a mirror. That's an issue for me. Anyways, even the sky is only the world's limits. Why? Nothing has to be yours. I give you all of this to say, as a lot of twists and turns have recently happened in my life regarding what feels like security and where God is taking me, I give you again my words from my homegirl, Journey Walker, that says, don't confuse your assignments with your purpose. Assignments is how your purpose may look for a given time. Your purpose is what you were put on this earth to do, the legacy you were meant to leave. That is a way bigger process, and it's going to entail way more than just goodness. How you make money today. Who's giving you a cosign today? At one point, a cosign from R. Kelly was the shit. Hello? Oh, is this thing on? Oh, it must go off at 1:30. But no, I'm trying to listen. At one point, that meant a lot. And if that was your biggest cosign today, it might be a little shaky for you. But then again, why are you trying to stand on the word of another nigga? Period. Why aren't you enough? And y'all know this entire year, we've been focusing on self-worth. This episode, I hope you didn't think because I didn't say it already that we was going to deviate from the process. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. Creating a debut album is one big lesson in understanding who or what you think you're worth. I can tell you a wonderful producer, Cat Lewis, who did my most unorthodox song for Wyann, my most unorthodox song on the album, when there was the last song to be added. And I was telling him in the process of him creating it for me and us doing it, I was like, man, so far as payment, I got a lot of good vibes and food for you. But when it, this is just me. I'm reshuffling some things around and everything. So you let me know if that's good enough. And if it's not, I'll understand, and we can go ahead and leave this song off of the project and stuff, because I want to give you what you are worth. But I know that you are going to be in the name of, in line with and Googleable with the names, Terrace Martin, Ninth Wonder, DJ Quick, Wayne Vaughn, The Emotions, all of this stuff from my debut album. And he was like, I just want to do it because it's you. Smack right again across my face, ladies and gentlemen. Do you hear me? I even as recent as that, which was just weeks ago, by the way, I sometimes, like I say, in doing a debut album, I also realize that in the process of creating, each project is teaching me something different about myself. And I think you probably alluded to something like that with your Virgo seasons and things like that. But when it comes to this album versus last year's TVOR, The Voice of Reason, Volume 1, Visionary Affirmations, and then from the year before that, working on my EP, each product showed me a different part of myself, or maybe just revealed to me in my process where I was in the present, right? Each time I just kind of learned, oh, this is what I'm on. Oh, this is where I am, each time. And this time is no different. So life definitely has its twists and its turns. Some we can predict, most we can't. And I think our job is to trust whatever this process is, especially if you're a creator. I hope I'm speaking to the creators right now. Whether you're a creator of music, a creator of visual arts, a creator of your life. If you design your life and you're not just following along with trends that make your life, then I hope this is touching you. But yeah, I think our job is to trust the process as we float and ascend to our greatness. Hence, butterfly life. And then those are my words of wisdom. So you gonna dance with me? Because we have to do them before I go. You gotta do them. Okay, so we're gonna dance. So we're gonna go. One.
Oh, you went to before.
So I say before I go. Love coaches. Love coach. Hey, love coach. And we are doing our pay your dues. Of course, all this luscious and lovely hair is bought and paid for. I'm lying. It's not. It's real. It's mine. But it's I love the do more than you knew. My cousin Maya Smith. Man, there was a talk we did on Clubhouse the other day, and she came and she had some dope words for men, for developing minds of gentlemen that were in the room. Ninth came in, Cash came in. I didn't send you that, did I? Did I?
I was
You were in the studio. Yeah, my bad. So anyways, my cousin, Maya Smith, owner of an MC, aka Master of Curls, The Do. This is her The Light product, which I'm sure is not water. Yeah, nigga, I could not believe. I filled up one of my other bottles of hers with water for when my hair is curly. And right before we started taping, I took and almost like Soul Glow, put some motherfucking water all over this pressed hair at Hair by Quista, HAIRBYQUISTA, Hair by Quista. I am so sorry if my hair doesn't look like it did when I left your chair just the other day. I think it's good though. Sky said it's good. Okay, Sky said it's good, so I'm good. But yes, that is at ILOVETHE DOUX. I also wanted to, number 2, shout out my baby sis, who I call my baby sis. It's my brother's girlfriend. But I have some earrings on. YouTube, you are getting all the vibes. If you are not on YouTube, don't even trip. Go ahead over to at Aurora and Art. Say that 5 times. Aurora. Don't say that 5 times. But at AURORANNEART. Did I spell it? Aurora and Art. And with the E at the end. Okay? Those are these beautiful earrings. She makes other things too, so please just be on her page because she has a little bit of everything closely tied to Wava Life. My baby brother, hey Warren, hey Warren. Number 3, at Boomerdidit, you feel me, at BOOMERDIDIT, at Boomerdidit as well. He has a jacket from his apparel called Relief Apparel line that he's gonna leave me. You like that? I am trying to rob him, but I've definitely promoted Relief Apparel on the podcast before. It was like one of the top of the year episodes in 2020. I think it was February 2020's episode. I don't remember though. Don't quote me. Oh yeah, that was a minute ago. But still, at RELIEF. That's Relief Apparel, APPAREL, in case you're one of the people like me that didn't know how to spell apparel before today. Because I think, you know why? Parallel. I try to put too many things, too many R's, too many L's. A parallel. Yeah, whatever. So, Relief Apparel, that's the clothing line belonging to this gentleman right here. Last but never least, at WyannVaughn.com, WYANNVAUGHN. Make sure that you .com. Make sure that you are staying tuned there for any updates. Patreon things will be up there. Hashtag rockets up on these hoes forever and always. If you don't know what that means, check the Wys Words of Wisdom from episode 34 because I explain all of that there. And new music. Been in it a minute. October 1, baby. And yes, right behind Boom. Right here with all these looking like the 70s people, even though I did the math. This has to be March. This at the latest can be March 1982 because that's me and Mom's stomach right there. Because there go Wendy right there. So Wendy is 1. My cousin Carlton said he was 13. If Wendy is 1, Wayne was 6, my brother in heaven. He's 6. Carlton was 13. My auntie was 15 right here. And everybody here. I'll break down the album cover on a different date. But
good old black shit con.
Listen, it looks like look, what's happening out this bitch. Everybody do look like they should. Like, everybody gonna say like, hey. Like, I don't know. It's pretty deep on there. But shouts out to at Mix Mess, we call him lovingly, who came up with this. If it ain't Vaughn, it ain't on. I put that's from the Loves. Mix Mess, if you're watching this, cat's out of the bag. That's what I'm sending you because you definitely had a lot to do, all to do with this part right here. And so we want to say thank you here at Raise It Up Why. I also just wanted to throw in because we keep hearing my damn wrist. So one of my students, Faith in Crystals, at Faith in Crystals, all spelled correctly and all together. Young black female entrepreneur doing her thing. I want to see if she would be able to do something like that, because now I'm jealous. I want that necklace. Basically, I'm just like, take those off, leave them here, as well as the...
Rub me for everything.
Yeah, my bad, bro. I gave you a
Wyann
shirt.
is a certified dope dealer.
Yes. Woo!
This whole body of work is amazing. It's nothing but pure raw dope.
Thank you. This is gonna be good, ladies and gentlemen. So by the time you're listening to this, I hope you're also getting into this album and sitting with it a second. Don't formulate too many opinions too quickly. Let it sit with you. Be with it for a minute. It's good food for you, huh? So, ladies and gentlemen, you know I always am so appreciative of the time you all spend here with my crew and me. And I just want to say, on behalf of all the Raise It Up Wy world, I want to say thank you very much. Shoka stop. And stay real. Raise it up. Wait a minute, won't you? Ain't trippin' on it. They want that old thing. Never thought I'd give into the dope game, but here we go again, yeah. Here we go again. It's 7:07. Preach when I teach, call it reverend. So amen. They want that old thing back. Give me a minute, hang back. Never felt this way before, but I've never been this way before this. And I don't care to play with y'all anyway. So move back. Give me space. Pay attention to this dope game. Dope game, dope game. So high, I got you floating, floating. Now, baby, look up. Get a dose of this dope game. Dope game, dope game. So high, I got you floating, floating. Baby, let me cook up. Now, if you stay ready, then you'll be ahead of the game. The game. But if you stay begging, then they'll put that hand in your face. Like move back, give me space. I tell you one thing, all that hella talking keep you broke, man. But what do I know, man? Yeah, what do I know, man? I ain't tripping, but a flight guy told me why. Listen, amen. Shoot your shot, yeah, yeah. So here I go again. Never felt this way before, but I've never been this way before this. I don't care to play with y'all anyway. So move back. Give me space. Pay attention to this dope game. Dope game, dope game. So high, got you floating, floating. Now, baby, look up. Catch a dose of this dope game. Dope game, dope game. So high, got you floating, floating. Baby, let me cook up. If you're ready, you won't have to wait. If you stay ready, then you'll be ahead of the game. The game. But if you stay begging, then they'll put that hand in your face. Give me space. You got to give me space. 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 You got to give me space. You got to give me space. Dope game. Pay attention to it. Pay attention to it. Oh.
love you, Wyann, Vaughn. I'm so proud of you to become, I remember you was a little kid, you know what I'm saying? You are so important to the heartbeat of Los Angeles.